and welcome to Wayne's World of Wrestling. I'm Wayne Gilmore, your host as always, and it's on YouTube. Like it if you like the video, subscribe, comment, good or bad. We're going to be talking everything about wrestling, the current product, or stuff in the past, whatever. I'm joined with my good friend through Twitter, Harold, also known as the Rev Cupid on Twitter. So how you doing, Harold?
Not too bad, brother. How you been?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yourself?
Another day older and deeper in debt.
Aye. It's no easy, an easy climate now, isn't it? No.
Oh, it's hot here. Earlier this week there was really muggy and it felt like it was 43 degrees Celsius.
Aye, it's about the 30s here, and I'm struggling with that. So I think I would melt over there.
It's and where I live by the water. It's I get it bad in the summer and I get it bad in the winter, so it doesn't matter what kind of year it is.
Aye. So, what have you've understand you're still into WWE a wee bit now and again?
I still watch that now and again. There, I don't watch it as much as I used to. My daughter records it and stuff like that. So if I miss anything, but I haven't watched the last few weeks. It's not the same, they have let audiences back in and stuff like that, but that's not the point. The point is that with the COVID thing going on,
yep,
I think that as far as that goes, I think maybe the WWE would, probably pull a good move and maybe shut down temporarily for a couple of months and let everybody kind of go, whew,
Yeah, I think now that obviously just in the news, I think it was last night I seen that there's multiple people got the virus now. I think it might be time to maybe look into.
Well, last night, and you're right, because last time I checked, Caleb Braxton came down with it for the second time.
Right.
Adam Pearce has it.
Yeah.
Renee Young has it, so therefore her husband John Moxley has it.
Mm.
I mean, it's getting bad, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know that John Moxley contacted Tony Khan and said that there was a chance he's going to have it, and so he might be out at Fyter Fest as well. So that affects AEW's main event for the second night of Fyter Fest on 8th of July.
So they both should just say, let's really take a good look at this, and we it's not just their health. It's not just the wrestlers' health. It's the production staff and the cameramen and the technicians and all the frontline people too. It's not just the wrestlers you got to worry about, right? And if you're allowing audiences back in, you got to think about them also, right? So why don't they do the smart thing? Sit down, look at the situation. Yeah, they're going to lose some money, but you know what? They're going to still be alive at the end of it.
I know. I mean, I'm actually thankful to know that Roman Reigns had walked away a good few months ago now, and Sami Zayn walked away, and then sorry,
he played it smart when he did that.
Yeah, and then Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens only walked away last week when the first person apparently came out saying that there was one person had it last week, and Kevin Owens didn't turn up for TV the week later. Straight after that or something, I'm sure I read.
I didn't hear anything about it. That one is news to me. Kevin Owens, like Canadians, as far as stuff like that goes, like we're usually easy going about it. But with the COVID, like it's worse than. Remember when Ebola came out years ago? All the big to about that there.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't nearly as bad as the COVID-19 thing.
Yeah. I think, I mean, I'm not sure if it's like, I mean, I read that we've got, I think it's got the full UK's in the 40,000 death mark, but then the World Health Organization claim that the figures could be less than that because a lot of different things like COVID's obviously got you've got the cough, you've got the high temperature, and you've got the shortness of breath. But the three things are a lot of things as well. Like you could get pneumonia because of that. You could have a really bad cold because obviously old people can die for a bad cold, and you know what I mean. So
I know.
there is a lot of different things that I still don't know whether sometimes if the government's telling us the truth about stuff. I don't really know, but I'm still skeptical about what's really.
My take on this, on the COVID thing, it's not a virus. It's more of a bacteria than it is a virus.
Yeah.
Because that's basically that's the white elephant in the room is the COVID thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way I'm looking at it, okay, well, let's deal with the COVID thing and then we can get on to what we want to talk about. I forgot where I was going to go with that now. It's a bacteria.
Yeah.
And that was proven in Italy because some doctors went against the grain and did autopsies on COVID, quote unquote, COVID-19 deaths.
Right.
What it ended up doing, they found out it was more thrombosis than it was the COVID-19 thing. Because what happened, and where thrombosis is a bacteria, and stuff like that. And they went against, and Italy went against, like I said, doctors in Italy went against the grain. And I think on this, doctors in Italy went against the grain, performed autopsies, right?
Okay.
And they kind of basically proved that this COVID-19 thing is not a virus; it's a bacteria.
Right.
And it causes thrombosis-like symptoms.
Right.
You know what happened? They sent home 14,000 people in one day. You know what they cured it with? Aspirin.
Right. That's crazy, isn't it?
Okay, I'm sitting here and I'm reading this, right? And I'm reading this and I'm watching this and I'm going, why doesn't the rest of the world, latch on to what's happening here? Like, hello.
I mean, I seen an actual Italian politician, and he was actually going off his head. And it was I think it was the second or third day that the Parliament over there opened up, and he was obviously it was just in foreign writing, so like the subtitles were English, and he was claiming that all the politicians were only wearing masks because the media were there. He said the first 2 days none of yous had these masks on. He says as soon as the cameras are on, that's why yous are wearing these masks. And he's said something about 60% of the deaths are being put down for coronavirus or COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. But most of them are just your normal deaths. Every year you get like cancer, pneumonia, or the common flu, but they're getting signed off for COVID-19. So again, I don't know how much to read into all this. There's so many different stories that you just don't know what's going on.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's a confusing thing because it's almost like it's the common flu now.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people getting it, and then look at Kayla Braxton from the WWE, right? This is her second bout with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you get it once and you survive, that doesn't mean you can't get it a second time.
Yeah, I definitely seen a Japanese. I'm sure a Japanese girl got it on the news. She wasn't famous or anything. She was just a normal Japanese lassie, and I'm sure there was a case that some Japanese lassie got it twice as well. That was early on. That was before it was like kind of taking over UK and US and that.
Right.
But I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll go on to the wrestling, or we're still going to talk?
Oh yeah, let's go on to wrestling. Let's start. This COVID thing is kind of
Wayne's World of COVID
is wearing itself out.
But so what about we were talking before we started this. Charlotte Flair, do you think she is actually going to come back before 2021 then?
That one is kind of hard to predict. I mean, they're saying 2021. She's saying a few weeks. So, I mean, what are they going to do? Make it into just a couple of months and then call it a day? Like,
yeah. Because I think, obviously, you're saying as well, you're happy Asuka's getting a push now.
oh, yeah. And she deserves it, too. Like, she's been great everywhere she went. She's conquered everywhere she went.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why they call her the Empress of Tomorrow. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be today. It's the time for it. Tomorrow's done, and it's time for today, isn't it?
Yeah, like Charlotte Flair should be the tomorrow. Let Asuka be the today.
Yeah. My fear would be that if Charlotte Flair does come back next month or 2 months, she's just got to get the title again. Like Asuka will carry the company for a while, and then Vince McMahon's just going to give it to her again.
I agree with you on that.
I just felt like why did she need to be the winner of the Rumble to get a shot at the NXT title? It was just like I just didn't understand that at all. Again, it was just WWE.
Like she should have been able to pick, but she got to do what the boss says. I mean, can you say thank you, Ric Flair? I mean, he went and batted for her. I mean,
yeah. What do you
look at who her dad is, right?
Yeah.
And so, can you say thank you, Daddy?
To be fair, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I watch Charlotte Flair, and most of their matches are really good matches. I do actually. I'm entertained when I watch her in the ring, but it's great. The fact is, it's just she's always the main event woman. She doesn't seem to she's never really a mid-card performer. She doesn't need to be, but why does she always need to have a title or title shots? And
why does she get all the push? I mean, there's other people there who are just as deserving as she is.
Yeah,
and that brings me back to people like we were discussing a little earlier, Cesaro and Asuka. Those people have been there for a long time, and they're hard workers, and especially Cesaro. He deserves that push. I mean, Vince needs to really get behind him and put him in a title.
I think his mic skills as well. I think Vince McMahon has got a problem with his accent. Like he's not getting the best English.
What's wrong with his mic skills?
It's like I think Vince definitely has got a problem with his accent. He's not got the. It's obviously because he's got the Swiss accent. It's no like China. I think there is something there. That's the only thing I can think of because everything else is amazing with him.
McIntyre a big push.
What?
Why is he giving Drew McIntyre the big push then? Same thing, accent.
I know, but I think Drew McIntyre talks more English than Scottish now. He's got quite a.
I will agree with you on that. Yes, he has become quite adept at speaking like North American English, let's say. But he's been steadily losing his Scottish accent when he does his. And that's kind of sad to see because I like that Scottish lilt in his, you know what I mean?
Aye. What did you make of the greatest wrestling match ever?
That was a match that the Undertaker could have retired on. That was if there was any match he could have retired on, that was it.
Yeah.
And watching the documentary of it's probably the best documentary I've ever seen from the WWE because for years and years the Taker wouldn't let anybody, he wasn't an interview kind of guy really.
Yeah. No, okay. I'm talking about the greatest wrestling match ever with Edge and Orton.
Oh, Edge and Orton, that there is
what did you think of that match? You knew it was edited, yeah.
The Rock, they put in with The Rock, Stone Cold, and all the older ones. It wasn't necessarily a greatest match. It was a tribute.
Yeah.
To those that were before them, like I said, you seen flashes of The Rock in there and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
Flashes of Bret Hart and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, flashes of Sting. I mean, they were doing everything in that match. It wasn't. Was it the greatest wrestling match ever? I don't know. I can't say that because I'm not knowledgeable enough in that in that department to say something like that. But I think the greatest match I've seen so far was between Walter and Tyler Bates in NXT UK.
Right. Yeah. I think my greatest match is still Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at 25. I love that match. But again, everybody's got like there's that like I was watching backstage Bret Hart was on backstage the second last episode because that's just been cancelled as well now. Don't know if you read that.
Oh yeah. And
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I watched some of it when a superstar's on I like a wrestler on I like, and let's say CM Punk was saying like, "What's your best match?"
And CM Punk probably didn't help matters any either, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been kind of like a thorn in Vince McMahon's side, let's say.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping CM Punk was gonna be more controversial, and I don't think he was as mouthy as.
Well, no, he wanted to keep his job.
I know, but then he wasn't controlled by Vince though. It was Fox on backstage. It wasn't. It's not actually WWE. I don't think.
He was working for WWE. I think he was working for Fox.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I thought he was going to
be. They had him on the show because I think he signed with Fox and wasn't WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought he could have been more. That's why I thought he'd be more controversial, but I don't think he wasn't as.
And the thing is, you know what? That would have been a perfect way for him to come back into the ring too. Was through this show. I mean, it would have taken a lot more, but I think the stage was. I think the possibility was there for the stage being set for him to make a return to WWE.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
Him in the ring one more time, even if it was just for one match. I mean, just to prove to everybody that I can still do this. You know.
I don't know if he's ever coming back.
Well, he probably won't, but I would love to see him in the wrestling ring.
Yeah. I do like. He was good.
I mean, I love CM Punk. Another one I liked there before he was in WWE too was Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like
Ring of Honor.
King of the Independents, and Sami Zayn was a Canadian version of, in my opinion, Sami Zayn is the Canadian version of Daniel Bryan.
Right. See, I've still not really appreciated Sami Zayn in WWE anyway. I've not really been that into him. But again, I don't know whether it's just because WWE don't sell him the way he should be sold. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's just it too. And then with this COVID thing and the borders being closed somewhat, I mean, what can you do?
Like for me right now, I know you've no watched any AEW yet, have you? You've still not watched any?
Oh no, I haven't watched it for a few weeks. I did watch a couple of episodes when it first come on. I like the product.
Yeah.
It was surprising to see a lot of WWE Hall of Famers emigrating to AEW. You got, Jake the Snake. You got Tully Blanchard. You got,
Arn Anderson's there as well. He's with Cody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got half of Four Horsemen in there. Who else in there? I think Sting made a couple of appearances there.
Oh, there was rumors that Sting was going to go, but he's still not turned up.
That would have been the match I would have liked to see for the Taker's final match, him and Sting.
Yeah, see, some people are saying that, but I don't know whether it might be a bit too late now. I still don't know whether two of them are a bit old.
Sting himself said, that's Sting's dream match himself. Like, he said that out of his own mouth. The dream match for him would be him and Taker. Like, that's what I was hoping for years.
Yeah.
And when the WWE, I was hoping they were going to push that, but it ended up in Triple H, and I'm somewhat disappointed. But you know, what can you do, right?
I know. I think the
It was kind of like the final chapter of the Monday Night Wars. You know what I mean? We already know who won that. Put him up against Taker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think AJ Styles in the last episode of the last ride. It was the Boneyard match was good for what it was, but obviously it was cinematic but I think Undertaker. Some people are obviously arguing the point that he should go out in front of a crowd, but if he's happy with it, he's happy with it. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, Taker himself said, you know, he wished it. Well, sorry, Taker himself said, you know, he wishes it was in front of a crowd.
Mm.
You know, and I mean, if you want to get down to it, it was because where they filmed it cinematic style, there was a crowd there, but not, you know. I think the Undertaker deserved that 80,000 people kind of thing. You know, like he carried the WWE on his shoulders for years. I mean, especially during the Monday Night Wars where everybody left and he got on and said, you know what, all you guys left for better, greener pasture, better money, da, da, da. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
You know, that sent out a message, right? Like the guy is loyal. Like I remember him when he was in WCW with Dan Spivey. All right. Tag team partners with Dangerous Dan Spivey, and then all of a sudden you see the Undertaker and Dan Spivey in WWE. Things got a lot better. I mean, not a lot of people remember Dan Spivey, but Dan Spivey was the Waylon Mercy character,
right?
WWE. Like a lot of people forget that, and I seen Dan Spivey wrestle as Waylon Mercy, and it was great. Like I don't understand why his character didn't take off. I loved it.
Yeah,
I like the way he came out heel as a heel, but he was still shaking hands and all that. He was kind of almost making fun of the good guy image, but it was great. I loved it, and it's just too bad. Like it's too bad that character was ahead of his time.
Right.
Today, Waylon Mercy would have been a perfect fit in WWE, especially with Taker. But that's just my musing on that.
Aye.
I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be, but that's just my opinion. I wish they would have given. I wish they would have given Dan Spivey and the Waylon Mercy thing a bit more time. Because I think it really would have caught on. Because I loved it. I seen him live and it was great.
So, do you think the Undertaker is definitely done in the ring?
To a certain extent, yes. But it's like he said in the documentary, if Vince calls on him, he has to sit down and consider now because he officially said his own self. His words, not his actions, but his words said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when he lost to Roman Reigns and he folded up, okay, that was a nice moment, like AJ Styles said, right? But that wasn't, see, the Undertaker wasn't all there in that match either, you could tell.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go out on his own terms, and with AJ Styles, he did do that.
Yep.
And like you said in the documentary, if Vince calls him, you know, in case of emergency, break glass kind of thing, right? He said himself that he would actually have to sit down and consider, you know, because normally he would just be, yeah, okay, I'm there, right? But now he's at his a good place right now, and he doesn't want to lose that.
Like I said, I done 2 parts for my rest. RIP. My last 2 podcasts were called "Retired in Peace." It was called. I called it, and it was just after it was like 5-10 minutes before it was finishing, and you see him and Michelle McCool, and they're just fishing.
Yeah, it was great.
The only thing he cared about was catching a fish, and then him and his daughter and Michelle McCool were just like it was like a kind of run-down shed, and they were just on the steps, and just the sun's on them.
You can't buy that.
Yeah, so after seeing Vince McMahon as like a really nice guy to the Undertaker. I mean, Vince McMahon cried on the documentary, and what does Undertaker mean to you in WWE? And he's like, I can't answer that, and kind of the cameras went off when he was nearly crying. So I think I would hope that because what the Undertaker said to him, that he was pretty much done. I would hope that Vince doesn't phone him as an emergency out of respect.
I would like to see him in the WWE again, but in a different capacity, like a general manager or a manager of another wrestler or something in that aspect.
Yeah.
Or even as a teacher to the younger students. I mean, he'd be great.
I think when you see the bit on it was in the 5th episode when he was getting ready for AJ, but he wasn't. Well, he was deciding whether to wrestle him or not. But he wanted to see what his body was, and if he was physically in the ring with the younger talent, I could see he was happy doing that. He was getting a laugh with them and slamming a couple of them and stuff like that. So younger talent would definitely learn a lot from him.
Oh, well, yeah, he's been around, like, I remember seeing him on WCW.
Yeah.
So I've been a fan of his before he was even in the WWE. I've been a fan.
Yeah.
You know, for me, he's not the Undertaker. For me, he's Mean Mark, because that's how I remember him. That's how I first heard of him. He was Mean Mark, and him and Dan Spivey were like the Twin Towers or something.
I think it was the Twin Towers. I'm sure that's what they're called. Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better tag team than that.
What about
both athletic? I mean, Taker carried it. He took his character and he took it to another level when he had to. Like, that's what's really good about the Taker. Okay, he took that character, and when he had to reinvent, he did it. And he did it well, and he did it far and beyond what people could have imagined.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Would Undertaker, because of the respect level of Vince McMahon, like Vince McMahon listens to him quite a lot, would the Undertaker change the WWE for the better if he became Vince McMahon's right-hand man? Or would Vince McMahon still shaft him and say...
I think Vince McMahon should pass him the reins.
Yeah. Do you think that could happen?
I mean, look at the respect he gets from Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Papa Shango, the Godfather, Mark Henry. Yeah. Look at all the respect for those guys. And they're all Hall of Famers.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, why don't they do a show, a live show, right, in some city,
right,
dedicated to Hall of Famers?
Yeah.
Get them come do their gimmick, their schmick, or their shtick, or whatever. Let them do that stuff, right?
Right.
I mean, they don't have to really be a wrestling match or anything, come out, do their thing like The Godfather, Mark Henry, it's what I do.
Right.
Let them come back for one more show.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think Vince McMahon should hand the reins to Mark Henry, where Mark Henry has the respect of almost every wrestler in the WWE.
Hey, Mark Calloway.
You put him in charge of the WWE, I'm guaranteed he could take that to higher places than it's ever been.
Yeah.
At least make him a general manager position or something where he can still be on TV, still do his stick, not that he has to wrestle, because he don't, right? But at least put him in a general managerial position like Paul Heyman. Look at Paul Heyman, right? He's backstage with Vince all the time. He does a good job backstage.
Yeah, he's not now though.
And that's where he wants to stay. He doesn't want to be a manager anymore.
He's not now. Paul Heyman's been sacked for that job.
Give it to Taker.
Aye.
Give it to Taker.
Yeah.
He will take that staff, and he will take that company, and it will just go right through that roof because he's got the respect of all. Ric Flair's another one. I mean, you put these guys like Ric Flair and The Undertaker, you put those two guys in charge, I'm telling you, that there's no telling what that company could do.
Yeah.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, and The Undertaker, you put those four in charge of the WWE, man, that place can only get better. It can only get better.
It's just obviously we're talking about the Undertaker was struggling to figure out when he was going to retire. Like he wanted that fairy tale ending match,
and he had that.
But can Vince McMahon give the reins up? That's the question. Vince McMahon, can he let it go for anybody? Can he give the power away? You know what I mean? That's the question as well.
I think The Undertaker's got more respect in there than Vince McMahon ever will.
Yeah.
I mean, number one, Vince McMahon is the boss. Don't get me wrong. He's good at what he does. He's a friggin' genius. Okay?
Yeah. I think he used to be. I'm doubting him. I'm doubting what he does now. Like, I think WWE as a whole, just for me, doesn't interest me anymore. For at least.
Well, you got to look at the. McMahon's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Retire. Like The Undertaker. Retire.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the fruits of your labors. Let people like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, and Undertaker handle the reins. Even his daughter, Stephanie McMahon. Those 5 people, that company will go crazy.
Yeah. I know. I definitely think Vince. I mean, Vince, if without Vince, there wouldn't be WWE. So many things, so many good things out of it. But for the last 5 years, for me, I just think it's just not the same. It's not been the same for a wee while.
And I agree with you because with me, I'm starting to lose interest.
Mm.
Maybe it's because I grew up in I've seen people like Savage before he made it to the TV. I've seen people like the Genius before he made it to TV. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen all these people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And once he made the WWE, for me, it was a sign of satisfaction. Yeah, I remember when he used to be our champion here, Edge and Christian used to train down here where I live.
No.
Rene Dupree was the youngest tag team champion in the world ever. He's from down here.
Yeah.
His father owned an independent circuit down here. His father was one of my heroes growing up as a wrestler.
Right.
Okay? Do you think Ed trained under him? And Sweet Daddy Siki. I remember seeing, all these great names out there. I've seen them all. I've seen a lot of them. Bulldog Bob Brown, seen him. Getting back to the greatest match ever, I'm not sure it was supposed to actually be like that. I think it was more of a tribute to others who have paved the way for them.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, actually, you know what? I was more impressed with that match than I thought I would be.
Mm-hmm.
And let me guess, I can't see you, right? You can't see me, right?
No, I can see you. Yeah.
My thing keeps on floating on and off. I don't know why. My phone's sensitive, so I got to get a case for the friggin' thing.
No, I can still see you. Yeah. But you knew that.
The bright side is it hasn't cut off yet.
Yeah. You know the Edge Orton match was edited though.
It was. I think more of a tribute match than anything.
Yeah, and but it was edited. It wasn't live. They could cut it and do whatever they wanted with it. It wasn't a live continuous match. They stopped and started it.
That I don't.
They did do that. They stopped and started it.
I know they did that when that first went without an audience there. When the broadcasts were first done without an audience, I knew some of the women wrestlers, like the tag teams,
No,
when it
well,
went to they would take a
the
break.
yeah,
They
no,
would
the
take a
Edge,
break.
Edge and Orton wasn't like a continuous match. They had breaks in between them, some of the moves.
I'm not sure. Are you talking a WrestleMania match or the one that just happened?
The one that just happened. That wasn't like a continuous match. They stopped and started it.
They had to.
Yeah.
Because, well, Edge ended up with a torn tricep in that match.
Yeah.
So I could see them stopping and starting it. I mean, that's just like the Boneyard match. I mean, that took hours and hours to record. I mean, they weren't done there until about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Aye, but that was a cinematic match, but Edge and Orton was actually in a ring, so it's a wee bit disappointing that it was a stop-start match in that sense.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But see, the thing is, Edge had a torn tricep too.
Yeah, was that the end of the match?
Yeah, he continued with the match.
Yeah, I know that.
Match, he went straight into surgery. He went in straight. In 24 hours, he went straight into surgery and was home.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know. That wasn't the reason why they were stopping and starting it. They were just stopping and starting it because they wanted to edit bits out it, though. That's what they do now, see, because they've not got an audience. That's what WWE have been doing for a wee while now. A lot of the matches.
And I agree with that.
I know that they've been doing it in AEW as well. I've read as well. AEW have been doing it as well.
They shouldn't be doing that, actually, but I can understand why they're doing it.
Yeah. That's why,
you know who... make the product any better.
Sorry?
It doesn't make the product any better when you stop and start. Let it go.
I know. I mean, that's what Edge. Oh, fair enough. Edge has been out of the game for a while, but he's still a wrestler. You know what I mean? He's still been training to get back into the ring, and he knows what he's doing.
Man, like when he came back better than what he was when he left.
Yeah.
But he's getting up there too. Like he's pushing. He's got to be pushing 50.
46. 46. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean.
Christian's the same age. Christian's 46.
He fought on his own terms.
Yeah.
He wants to fought on his own shield, and I can understand that.
Yeah. What do you think, Christian coming back? You excited about that? Or?
Who coming back?
Christian.
I think it's time they put him in the Hall of Fame with Edge.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's got to come back, because he's already left a legacy of what he done. He doesn't have any. He's like Edge and the Undertaker. He has nothing left to prove. He did it all.
Do you think the story's obviously just to come back to kind of, because Edge is injured, that it's like a continuation of that?
He will not be like Edge. He won't be coming back as far as like Edge did. But it was a nice hook. As far as Christian goes, it was a nice hook for Ric Flair to pronounce Randy Orton as the best wrestler ever. It was a great hook. Okay, that's the only reason why they used Christian in that.
All right. I thought it might be because they can't keep the story with Edge going now because he's injured. So Christian's coming back to kind of say, right, I'm here to defend my friend's honor. Maybe
that was the original idea.
Yeah,
that was the original idea. But I don't think it's going to happen like they planned. I mean, it looks good on paper. It was like that match in Saudi Arabia with Michaels and Triple H and Kane and The Undertaker. Remember that match in Saudi Arabia? The tag team match? It sucked. It sucked.
Aye.
Okay. Nobody was happy with it. Okay. Triple H gets injured.
Yep.
So, you know, that puts a lot of pressure on Shawn Michaels, who's been out for about 9 years,
Yeah.
right? He's freaking. So, you know, it put a lot of pressure where it shouldn't have been placed. And there are a lot of miscues in that match.
Yeah.
I can understand the Undertaker wanting to go out on his own terms.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, see, Triple H had to continue in that match with an injury, so it wasn't as good. It looked like I said, Taker himself said it looked great on paper.
Yeah.
Okay, the result was horrendous, and that's what I think happened with the Christian thing. It looked great on paper, right?
Mm.
But I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't think it's getting the reaction that it was designed for.
Right.
Because I seen that a few times when and I'm going, well, you know, what's the use of bringing him back? I mean, he's not going to be, you know, it doesn't make any sense for them to bring him back.
Yeah. The only that as well, to be honest, the only angle I can see is he's honouring Edge's the friendship kind of thing, and because they can't, Edge can't fight Orton now because his injury's real. That's the only thing I can see. But again, I don't really think WWE makes sense half the time anyway these days.
It didn't make any sense for Christian to come out just for one appearance. It didn't. I don't think he's going to come back on TV again.
You don't think he's going back at all?
No. I don't. I could be wrong, but I can't see them bringing him back just for a couple of months. It doesn't make sense.
But when, like I said,
come back, give him a contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then why bring Goldberg back to win the title?
Goldberg won't be back anytime soon.
That's what I'm saying. But why make Goldberg the champ and then get beat with Braun Strowman?
For number one, he was getting paid $1 million a match.
Aye, but where was the sense in it for the fan point of view to watch it? There's no sense, like story-wise.
It was more or less I think it was more for his wife and son than it was for him. You know what I mean?
Aye, but his wife and son had already seen him coming back for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was more for his wife and son. I mean, the guy, and another thing, you got to realize the financial aspect of it too, okay? They're saving every match he did, he was getting paid $1 million. Okay. So let's say he did 10 matches. Okay. They got rid of him. They saved $10 million.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is storyline-wise, what was the point? You're saying that there's no point in bringing Christian back. But
why did you bring back Goldberg? There was no reason to.
So what's the point of bringing Goldberg back to beat
Undertaker more? Let him go out on his own shield. Let him take the bumps. Let him, you know what I mean? Let him get back. You know what I'm saying? Get that ring rust out.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, Goldberg comes back, beats the Fiend, right? And the Fiend was meant to be this unstoppable monster. He beats him in 2 minutes.
There's another dream. There was another match that was supposed to be at WrestleMania 36. It was supposed to be Hogan against the Fiend. Okay, it never happened because of the COVID-19 thing.
That would have been terrible. That would have been shite, man. It was
supposed to be Hogan and. It's supposed to be Hogan against that was the original intent. Hogan against the Fiend, with Hogan coming out, big win, you know, yada yada yada, doing his little whatever.
Oh my god, that would have been shit.
I mean, the guy's what, 60?
I don't even know. I've never really liked Hulk Hogan, man. I liked him.
Another person I like seeing from that era was the Ultimate Warrior, man. What a show he put on when I seen him. I mean, there's like when he passed away after the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Kind of wrestling kind of died with him, you know, because the passion he had, the stuff he had, nobody matched it.
Yeah,
the Undertaker surpassed it.
Yeah. See, I like that's what I'm saying. The Ultimate Warrior was like my favorite wrestler at first.
Yeah.
And then I started watching like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Rick Rude, Ric Flair.
Well, I'm biased when it comes to Bret Hart because he's Canadian and I live in Canada. So, yeah, I'm a bit biased when it comes to Bret Hart. Bobby Roode, I'm biased on him also because I was working for an independent company here years ago, and he was the first champion they had.
Yeah.
So I mean, I seen Bobby Roode before he even made it to TNA. So
No, Bobby Roode. Rick Rude.
Rick Rude was another one I loved.
That's what I'm saying. After I seen these kind of guys, I thought Ultimate Warrior's like he couldn't wrestle compared to these kind of guys.
You could not find a better heel. There's two guys I really loved as a heel. That was Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect.
I love Mr. Perfect as well, yeah.
Oh man, those guys nobody could pull it off like they could. Not even Owen Hart or any of them. Or even Bret Hart turned heel for a while. They couldn't come close to those two.
Yeah. I liked that.
He was another heel that I love.
Who?
Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man. Loved him as a heel.
Cool.
You can't find characters like that these days, you know. And it's true. It's like the Undertaker said. Things have changed. It's you know, the game has changed. It's time to change with the change, you know.
Yeah, I like AEW's got MJF. He's a good heel. He's really good. Check MJF out. Some of his stuff.
Oh, him. Oh, he's ultimate. Like,
he's good.
I think he overdoes it on the mic though.
He's pretty good though. I quite like him.
I like him though.
Yeah,
I do. But the best heel I loved, I don't care what they say, is like Killer Karl Krupp. He was never really on. Well, he's on TV down here, but he wasn't on the WWE or anything.
Right.
He was one of my favorite characters. Him, No Class, Bobby Bass. His brother used to be in WWE. You know.
Okay.
It's unreal. You know, I remember greats like Eric Pomeroy, Freddie Sweetan, The Beast, and all them, the Cuban Assassin.
Right.
People I grew up as a kid watching, you know, on the independent scene, and some of them actually made it to WWE. And Frenchie Martin was another one I loved down here.
Yeah.
On the independent scene, before he made it to WWE, he was the excellent bad guy down. He was the ultimate bad guy down here. Him, Savage was another one.
Yeah.
His brother was the face. He was the heel. It was great.
Cool, man.
You know, and then you see them on WWE together. It was cool.
Yeah. That's cool, man. But you need to. You should start watching some AEW and get back to me and let me know what you think. Some of the matches are good.
I really should do that. I should start watching their pay-per-views actually, because I heard from a lot of people I grew up with, went to school with. You know, they still keep in contact with me sometime. And
yep,
I got a message on Messenger one day saying, "Man, AEW's got WWE beat," and I believe it.
Well, the next 2 weeks on it is the next 2 weeks is Fyter Fest, and it's on the next 2 Wednesdays, just normal TV. So it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's just a normal show, but they're just making it 2 nights for Fyter Fest, so that's the next 2 Wednesdays. Instead of making it a pay-per-view, they're just going to show it in their normal TV channel. The 2 nights is called Fyter Fest. It's going to be good.
You know what? That's a good idea. That's what WWE should do. Instead of doing pay-per-view, show like part 1 one week, part 2 the other week.
Yeah.
And it would be a lot less work for the wrestlers.
Yeah.
It would allow them to, you know, relax, chill, you know, get their adrenaline flowing and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm glad that they cut out house shows completely, because the wrestlers now appear more relaxed, more, you know, more focused, and they don't look so tired.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, but if they're going to do a pay-per-view, yeah, do it in 2 parts though, like they do with WrestleMania. Don't show it over a 2-night period. Show it over a 2-week period. Show one part 1 week, and then do the other part the next week. That way, everybody gets 2 weeks off.
Yeah. What do you think of Nia Jax? Do you think she needs to get put back in training, or do you think she should just keep going for it?
Yeah, I think she should, because she's been a lot of people lately, man. Like, there's a lot of she's been criticized for hurting a lot of people. I mean, not that it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she should have known better.
Mm.
She's that good.
Yeah.
I can understand the incident with Becky Lynch. That was an accident. Yes.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, that wasn't the only accident. It kept on happening.
Yeah, there was the couple of recent ones with Kairi San.
Yeah. Kairi
She
Sane.
done
Another one.
Yeah, the buckle bomb and then into the steel step. She's got a big gash in her head.
You know.
So
she was threatened with going back to NXT, going back into
I think. I mean, there's some fans, like, obviously you've got the Twitter judgmental people on Twitter. There's a lot of them on there saying that she should just be sacked. But I think if she goes to training again and let her go down to NXT for a couple, even a year, maybe 2 years, and then come back, I think it'd help her.
Or even even send her down into NXT, put her on TV down there, and let her relearn. You know.
Yeah.
She first came up, she was great, but now I find she's hurting too many people.
Yeah, I think it's also like how much smaller the female wrestlers are sometimes compared to her, because she can, like, obviously when you seen her in the guys Rumble, she's as powerful as some of the guys as well, and
but you got to realize she's a lot bigger than she's a lot bigger than these tiny little women they're putting her up against. Put her up against somebody her own size, like Rebecca, Raquel, whatever.
Yeah.
Put her up against people like that.
I know. I think if she gets a bit of
a tiny woman going to get hurt. She's a big woman. She's a beautiful big woman, but she's still a big woman.
Yeah. I know. So, but what? Who's WWE
is part of this themselves when they do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not her fault they get injured. They're tiny.
Yeah.
She's 260, 240. And they're putting her up against like 100-pound girls. Like, no, man.
I know.
Now, Charlotte Flair would have been great for her.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Cross would have been great for her.
Aye.
You know, put her up against people like that. People that are, you know, big, tall, not tiny, not like Kairi Sane or Asuka. Asuka is a tiny woman.
Mm-hmm.
Tough, tiny.
Who's your favourite kind of guy in WWE now then? Ooh. Who's the guy you would prefer to watch than anybody else now?
Oh, jeez. Well, Taker's gone, so that one's out the window. I'd have to say Roman Reigns.
He's no in it now either, though.
He's not there now, but I'd have to go. What do you think,
Roman Reigns? What do you think Randy Orton been back to the kind of evil Viper guy?
I like what he did. I like the way he reinvented himself. Like he got a combination of all the incarnations he went through.
Yeah.
I like what they did when he combined, when they brought the punt back and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what they were missing with Randy Orton, was the punt.
Yeah, I mean the one he gave Christian was a belter. It was like a right good one.
It was great. I mean, you know.
And I think he's psychology again on the mic when he's a baddie. Like when he's a heel, he's really good.
He's a really good face.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen him. He's a better heel than he is a face, big time.
Yeah. You get certain guys. I mean, I think Alexa Bliss is a better heel.
And Bray Wyatt, I would have loved, like him and the Fiend. That was great combination. I mean, they should have did more with the Fiend and Bray Wyatt as a tag team.
Yeah.
They should have been tag team champions and stuff like that. Not him being a WWE champion or whatever, and Randy Orton his follower. Like that's like the Rated RKO tag team. You know, Edge and Randy Orton.
They were brilliant together, man. They were nuts, smashing people with a concerto and all that.
Christian, you could have remember the Brood there, them and Gangrel, Edge, Christian, Gangrel, and all that there.
They were good.
That was great. Like stuff like that. They should bring that kind of stuff back, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I know you can only go to the well once in a while, but bringing back a younger version of the Brood. That's like what they did with the Shield. It was kind of like a younger version of the Brood, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it, guys, right?
Without the vampire teeth.
Oh, Gangrel, he was great, man.
He was cool.
I loved him. I still do. I still like Gangrel. Now, getting back to the question of who my favorite wrestler is, well, he's injured now. I'd have to say Edge because he's Canadian. I'm biased on wrestlers.
Yeah, Edge is good.
And like as far as AEW goes, my favorite there would be Chris Jericho because he's Canadian. So I'm very biased.
He's actually got here an interesting matchup on Fyter Fest as well. With this, I don't know if you've heard of the guy called Orange Cassidy.
Yes, I have.
See, I wasn't a big fan of the guy.
That does nothing in the ring.
Sorry?
Is that the guy with the sunglasses that does nothing in the ring but try to look cool?
Aye, and he's slow, right? But see when he's actually in a match, he turns. The next thing he can turn dead fast, and he does have some good matches. But when he's nonchalant and stuff, he's boring and kind of daft. It's like a daft gimmick. But once he actually wrestles, he's a really good wrestler.
I don't understand. When I first seen him, I don't understand why they had him there because he wasn't doing anything.
Mate, when I first seen him, I was like,
back when anybody tried to come towards him and hit him, he just leaned back and that was it. Like, what the hell was that?
Well, when I first seen him, he was doing kicks to people, and it was like he was hardly lifting his legs, and he was hitting people and pushing them dead slow, and I was like, this guy's shit. But he's grown on me now, you know what I mean? He can actually wrestle.
Another Festus from the WWE? Like, come on. Remember the Festus character with what's his name? Luke Gallows when he did Festus? As soon as the bell would ring there, you know what I mean? But
I know what I remember that. No, it's maybe a wee bit. I know what you mean, but no, I don't know. I'm excited to see him with Jericho because Jericho is one of the best. You know what I mean? So I think the two of them will put on a good match.
You know who else is a good wrestler and he's Canadian is Prince Pretty there. What's his name there? He's from BC, British Columbia, Canada. Prince Pretty. What's his? He is the Golden Gorgeous and all that stuff there. Him and Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze, right? Aye.
Canadian.
Right. I've not really got into him. I know who he is. I think it was his gimmick I didn't really like, but I think in the ring he looked alright, but I think it was his gimmick that made him. I wasn't really that into his gimmick.
He goes back together now, eh? You know that.
Who?
They're going. Breezango is back together now. Him and Fandango are back together as a tag team. They brought him back, and they're going for the gold.
Are they? What are they? Are they still in WWE?
NXT though.
NXT, right. See, I need to start watching NXT because every time I watch a pay-per-view, I do enjoy it. But that's what I'm saying. NXT are bringing the Great American Bash back the same night as Fyter Fest on the Wednesday to take on, like, compete with AEW. So
I don't know what AEW is thinking going up against WWE like that. I'll give it granted to them. They have a bit of a better product, but
no, it's NXT that done it to them because
WWE has the money, AEW doesn't, and that's the difference between winning and losing.
No, but it was Fyter Fest had already been scheduled for months before. It was NXT that's come out with us just this week.
Yeah, because they got no choice. They got to come up. They got to come out against AEW. They got no choice. See, AEW is forcing WWE's hand. AEW is smart. Cody Rhodes is smart. Cody Rhodes is a smart man. You know.
Yeah, I think like ratings wise, it's like NXT are getting battered every week. No battered, but it's always like they're always getting beat. It's like something like 26-3 or something in ratings. If obviously people, I don't think the ratings matter too much, to be honest, because it's like the two of them, whoever's watching what product, that's it. You know what I mean? I prefer AEW, but if I watched NXT as well, I would enjoy that as well. I think because they do put on good matches, but I don't know. I just prefer AEW, to be honest.
And I have to agree with you. I've got to watch a little more. But from what I've seen, they've got people like Jake the Snake. They've got Tully Blanchard. They've got Arn Anderson. They've got a lot of Billy Gunn back in the ring.
Yeah, he's only allowed to be called Billy as well.
You know what I mean? So,
WWE won't give him the name Billy Gunn. He's only called Billy.
Yeah.
They're not allowing him to be called Billy Gunn.
It's just, I mean.
So.
Who else is going to end up there? You got.
I don't know, but
which other WWE Hall of Famer is going to end up on AEW? It was like that's my question now.
Yeah, apparently one of my mates was telling me as well, Paul, he was saying that Impact have grabbed quite a few of the wrestlers that were let go. Impact have grabbed some of them.
It's a good move on Impact's part because you know what? Yeah. Now they'll have an idea how they can beat WWE. See it? TNA, back in the day, I thought TNA had a better product than WWE for a while.
Yeah, my mate Jim said that as well.
They had Kurt Angle, they had Sting, they had both the Hardy brothers there for years.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles.
I mean, look at all the wrestlers they had.
Yeah.
Now all these WWE wrestlers that got let go, okay, they're going to go to TNA and AEW. I mean, where do you think they're going to end up? They're not going to go back to the independents.
New Japan are trying to sign Gallows in that again. I think Gallows and Anderson might go back to New Japan because they weren't a joke. They weren't a joke in New Japan.
They were a big staple. Them and AJ Styles, Bullet Club. Yeah. Finn Balor, another one back in NXT. He loves it.
Yeah. So, but I think I'll leave it there, man, and I'll say night to you now, and thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother.
It's been good again, and hopefully, like I said, I'm doing the Skype podcast more now. I'm trying to get people on because I'm bored just talking to myself. So
right, gotcha.
I'm going to start trying to get other people on, and
if you want to get and talk about some other wrestling stuff.
I'll get maybe get you on again in a couple of weeks or something. I'll give you a shout.
Right.
Thanks again for coming on, and thanks for whoever listened. I don't know how many people listen, but thanks again.
Listen, thanks for having me on, man. It was a pleasure.
Right, no bother. Take care of yourself, Harold.
You too, brother.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Good.
See you later. Cheers.
Cheers.